Hi, this is Valerie, and today we're going to talk about your recruiting program that includes texting. So let me get my PowerPoint up here. Okay, a couple of reminders, actually 7 reminders. When you enter this program, LTC Expert Publications runs all the caregiver recruiting ads, so we're taking that off your plate so you don't have to worry about that anymore. We absorb all the expense for the ads, so you also don't have to worry about that. It's rolled into the program that we put together for you. We triage all applicants. You only see the ones who meet your criteria. So we discuss that criteria up front. You give us some ideas about what is important and not important, and we make sure that we triage the applicants to the best of our ability to make sure that you only see the ones you want to see. Now, if someone answers a question that, they say yes, they have a car, when no, they really don't, I can't do anything about that, but we definitely triage them as much as possible. We gather all of the applicants and put them in one place for your review, and we'll talk about that. Our program is designed to decrease the amount of time you and your staff spend on ads, triage, and getting a volume of applicants. We cannot... Sorry about the phone call. Okay, we cannot make more people show up for interviews, and we cannot make more people show up for orientation, turn in paperwork, or take hours. So there's a couple of things that we cannot affect, but for the things that we can help with, that's what this program is all about. First steps. The first things you want to do are this. Turn off all ads on Indeed.com and ZipRecruiter if they exist, or just pause them. So you may be paying for ads, you want to go ahead and pause all of that. If you have an ongoing account or something you've already paid for, leave it alone. But if you can turn off or pause any of the ads you currently have out in the marketplace, please turn those off now. You want to accept the invitation email sent from Chirpy Hire. So there's a system called Chirpy Hire we're going to discuss. You want to make sure that you accept that invitation. It should be in your email. You might have to look at spam, junk, promotions, but find that email and go ahead and accept the invitation. If you haven't received it yet, then let me know. And we'll talk about support in just a second. So then you're going to want to log into Chirpy Hire and take a look around. Once you watch this video, you'll have a better idea of what's inside of Chirpy Hire, so please watch this whole video and you'll understand more about what you're looking at. Okay, so daily activity. Every day, new applicants will filter in from many sources. So we have them coming in from Facebook ads, ZipRecruiter, Craigslist, and many other advertising options that we use. All applicants who meet your chosen criteria are added to the Chirpy Hire system. Chirpy Hire serves 2 purposes. The first purpose is that it's sort of a very basic CRM, or a place where you collect all the data, database. All applicants are added to Chirpy Hire with very basic information. This is where they are all housed. You can log in daily to see new applicants. The other purpose that Chirpy Hire serves is the two-way texting platform. So once a candidate or applicant is in the Chirpy Hire system, you can text back and forth with them. Usually this is their preferred method of communication. If you're in on one of our programs, you understand all the stresses that come with this. You understand the issues surrounding people not giving you or not answering their email. They also don't pick up their phone when you call, and they don't have their voicemail set up. A lot of that stuff happens, or they just don't call you back even if you can leave a voicemail. But they will text back and forth with you. So Chirpy Hire is a basic CRM and a two-way texting platform. So that's what we're going to talk about. Chirpy Hire can do as much or as little as you want it to do. It's smart, but it needs your direction or our direction, and we help with all of these things. Some candidates will do the following. So in each ad that we're placing for you, we have asked Chirpy Hire to designate a local phone number that's specific to you. So it's one of the area codes in your area, and it's a number specific to you. So in each ad that we place online, whether it's Facebook or ZipRecruiter or Craigslist, we put in this text: for immediate openings, text start to, and I just put in a fake number, 333-333-333. you are assigned your own special phone number that is only to be used for texting. So you're not going to want to use that phone number anywhere else. When a person texts the word start to your phone number that we have assigned to you, Chirpy starts texting back and forth with the applicant and asking questions. So this is what the conversation looks like. So you can see that this person right now, actually this is me doing a test. Chirpy Hire System gives everybody a fake name so they can, we can get just a unique fake name for each person. You know how when someone texts you and you don't know who they are, you have to say, who is this? Because all you can see is their phone number. You have no idea who that person really is. In this case, it's the same for Chirpy Hire. They don't know who this person really is yet, so they just give it just gives them a random name. So the person who is your potential applicant texts the word start to your phone number. Chirpy Hire says to them, hey, this is Community Caregivers of Green, or whatever your company name is. Want to join our team? Please tell us more about yourself. Are you a caregiver, STNA, CNA, or HHA? And they can answer with one of these letters, A, B, C, D, or E. So this person answered A. You can see my little arrow pointing there. So they are a caregiver, STNA, CNA, or HHA. Okay, so next, let's see, next, the Chirpy Hire says, do you have a driver's license? And the person answers yes or no. In this case, they answered A, yes. Chirpy says, great. So they go on to the next question. Do you have a car and auto insurance? And the person answers yes. So Chirpy Hire, so they say A, which is yes. Chirpy says awesome. The next thing that happens is Chirpy Hire says, now this person at this moment has met the basic criteria for being moved forward in the system. If that person had answered no, I don't have a car, or I don't have auto insurance, or I'm not an experienced caregiver, or whatever the question is, if they answer no, then what will happen is Chirpy Hire will politely disengage with them and tell them that when they do meet that criteria to please, re-engage. So this person has passed all those questions. So it says, Chirpy says, I'd love to invite you to an interview. What day would you like to come in? Now, as a team, you're going to have to make a choice here. I've left this as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And the person who's texting back and forth says, A, they'd like to come in on Monday. If you do not want to have every single day, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. open for people to come in for interviews, you just need to tell us which days you want to leave open for interviews. It may be 1 day a week, it may be 2 days a week, whatever the case. We just want you to let us know what those days are. I would definitely select at least 2 days at a minimum. So once that person answers Monday, he or she answered Monday, it says, what time would you like to come in? We have interviews between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. So they can pick a morning or an afternoon. Please reply with just a letter A or B. So this person picked A, morning, 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Chirpy Hire says, cool, I'll make a note that you'll be coming in the morning. Okay, great. Make sure to bring your driver's license, Social Security, and we're going to go on over to here. And oh, one more thing I forgot to ask, what's your name? So the person types in Valerie. Sometimes they'll put their whole name. So whatever the case, you know that Valerie is coming in. And if you look over here, you'll see we know Valerie's phone number. We know that she's scheduled. We can put in here, after we find out, we can put in here what source she came from. We know that she's in an interview from Monday morning. She has a car and auto insurance. She's been a caregiver or one of these. And yes, she has a driver's license. So we know that's how much we know about Valerie at this point. Important notes. The questions Chirpy asks will be changed based on your needs. So these may not be the questions that you need to have asked, and that's okay. We discuss it and we can change the questions and make them, the ones that you need us to ask. The days and times for interviews can be changed. So again, if you can't do Tuesdays and Thursdays, Chirpy can just, give them a Monday, Wednesday, Friday selection, or however you want to do it. You have to let us know what that is, and we will make sure it's in the system correctly. If a potential applicant answers no to a question that is a mandatory yes, Chirpy will end the conversation politely. In other words, it'll triage that person. So here's something important to know. Not everybody is going to instantly text in. Even though we put the information in every ad, some people will not text in to the Chirpy Hire system. They either don't know what it is, or they don't want to do it, or they don't understand it. So they just fill out whatever form is provided. So they may fill out a Facebook form, a ZipRecruiter form, or something like that, which is fine. Everybody, no matter where they came from, ends up inside the Chirpy Hire system. And they may be people who have never been texted before. Some people definitely have been texted, and some people may not be texted. So once you have all of your candidates, there are 165 candidates in this system right now for this client. We want to sort our candidates and look at them from a certain perspective. So I want to know how many of these candidates came from Facebook. So by looking at this, I can see that there are 22 candidates. I clicked over here on source, and I typed in the word Facebook. And I can see now that there are 22 people that came in from Facebook. And some of them are potentials, which means they may have been added by us. Some of them have been screened, which means they went ahead and answered all those questions. Some people are not now. If the person doesn't pass the questions, they answer no, they don't have a car or whatever it is, then Chirpy Hire assigns them the stage of not now. So you can see who's a potential, who's been screened, and who is not now. This is another way to look at the system. So I want to know how many people are scheduled to come in. So if I put a check mark here by the word stage, I can pick from this drop down a whole bunch of different things, and one of them is scheduled. So I know right now that I have 5 people scheduled to come in. What I need to do is, once these people have come in, I need to go back into Chirpy Hire and change their stage. They are either they might be a no-show, they might be someone who's hired. So I need to go in and change this from scheduled to whatever their new stage is once they've had their interview, or maybe they didn't show up. And the way you do that for all of these is just clicking on this little green speech bubble, and you'll be able to open that candidate up. Should you start texting with candidates who did not come in via texting? So like I said, some of the candidates in there, a majority of them probably, have never texted back and forth with Chirpy Hire. So the question is, should you go ahead and send them a bulk text? And I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. And the answer is yes, but you have to be careful. In this program and for the Chirpy Hire system, there are some limits, and the limits are also affect your pricing. So right now, everybody starts out at the lowest pricing possible. Your active conversations are what counts each month. So your limit of active conversations is 200 per month. So what you could have 500 people in the Chirpy Hire system. That doesn't matter. 500 people in there is fine. It's the people you're texting back and forth with or attempting to connect with that count as an active conversation. So if you send a bulk message out to some people who've never texted with Chirpy Hire, maybe they all came in from ZipRecruiter and none of them have ever texted, you can send a bulk text out to those people asking them if they'd be interested in applying. However, if you do that, you have to make sure that you keep track of, or you don't have to keep track of it, but you have to do a small number at a time. So this means that 200 people the active people are 200 people who are or have texted this month. Who are talking to you or have texted this month. If you go over 200, your pricing can go up the following month. You need to look at your contract. It's all spelled out there. But we can keep this at 200 active conversations pretty easily. One of the things that I recommend doing is if you have people that are texting back and forth with you because they saw the message in the ad and they started texting the word start and they've answered all the questions, that's great. If you want to text more people and try to get them to go back and forth with you in Chirpy Hire, that's okay too, but limit it to about 20 per week. The other thing to keep in mind is if you text a bulk text out to 500 people, you'll never be able to keep up with all those conversations. So I would limit it to 20 people per week. And once you've done that, then you can go back and forth with those 20 people. You ask them to text the word start to your phone number, and they will answer all the questions. So let's take a look at that. Well, let me answer one more question that's pretty frequent. Can you add old employees or applicants to the Chirpy Hire system? And the answer is yes, you can. So if you have a database of caregivers who meet the criteria, maybe they were offered a job but they never took hours, or maybe they left 2 years ago but they were a really good caregiver and you want to reach out to them again. You may have a database full of people like that who meet your criteria but for whatever reason never came to work for you. If you do, you are welcome to send us those folks or in an Excel spreadsheet, or we can help you with this, and you can upload them or import them to your Chirpy Hire system. But remember, text 20 people per week from your own database and keep in mind that 200 limit. So just take it easy on the bulk texting and you should be just fine. Okay, use bulk texting to send one message to many. So I'm looking at all of the people. So if you see the dark part of my screen here, what I did was I wanted to filter, and so I clicked on message. I want to know how many people in my Chirpy Hire account have never received a message. So in other words, they're in here, but I've never texted back and forth with them. So I went ahead and put in a check mark by message, and I put the number 0 in here. And that gave me, and some of this is covered up a little, but it gave me 11 candidates. So I checked all 11 candidates and I sent them this text. So you can see their names are coming up here. And I gave it a title. This title is not something anyone's going to see. It's only you who's going to see that. So I just put in 0 messages as of 10/10. That's just so I can keep track of when I actually first texted these folks if I want to. So my message looked like this. This is what they saw on their cell phones. Hi, this is Right at Home of Media PA. We have open positions available. If interested in knowing more, reply to this message with the word start. So if they actually want to know more, they will reply to this message with the word start. And then I hit send, and that text goes out to a bunch of different people. So in other words, I only selected 11 people total, and I sent that message out. So the first steps, and you don't have to be an expert in Chirpy Hire yet. The best thing to do is go ahead and log in and get used to it and just familiarize yourself with the system. So you want to turn off all your ads. Don't forget to do that. Pause them, turn them off, whatever you need to do. Accept the invitation email sent from Chirpy Hire and log into Chirpy Hire and look around and see who your candidates are and where they're coming from. Click on that little green bubble. Let's go back here and I'll show you that. Click on, when you go to right here, these are your caregivers. Go to that frame right there. Click on that and then click on the little green bubble to see the real conversations these people have had. There are also ways that you can if let's say Harold is supposed to come in and he's coming in, next Tuesday, but you need to reschedule him. You can go into this conversation right here. You can click on that, go into the conversation and text Harold individually and say, hey Harold, we need to reschedule you for Wednesday instead of Tuesday. Does that work? And he'll text back and forth with you. He does not have to text start again. You can just resume the conversation anytime you want with whatever information you need. So try it out, see how things work for you. If you have questions or you want to get on the phone and have a conversation in real time, happy to do that. All questions, concerns, help needs, changes, etc. go through support. So we want to use support now. Our support desk is at ltcepsupport.com. Melanie and myself, we are your support team for this program. And if you don't want to go to the support desk, you can put this email address into your contacts. Just make it, the name is LTCEP Support, support@ltcexpert.zendesk.com, and all communication should go through there, and we will make sure that we get things straightened up, or we can schedule an appointment to do this with a screen share live so that you can see me help you with it in real time. So we'll be talking more, but I wanted to send you this video to get you started down the road. Thanks so much and have a great day.